Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's Dominic D'Angelo of Studio1Sports.com and SEScoops.com. And I'm here today to hang with all of you and discuss a little bit of dynamite. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yes. Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the frame I got here. Robert should be joining, hopefully, here soon enough. But right now, you're stuck with me, and we are going to talk some stuff like Dynamite, like it says down below there. Today's lineup, AEW Dynamite preview. Not a whole lot of crazy stuff happening right now in pro wrestling. Obviously, we talked about Raw on Monday. Still feel it was a very overall pretty flat episode. They got some course correction to do. I don't know where they're going and exactly what the plan is. Sometimes that's a good thing. Other times it's a bad thing. We'll see how they handle this all. Let's say hi to some folks in the chat here, though. We got Tyler Wanna Breeze. That's Jeff Hanger saying hello, R&I. It's Wednesday. So pop a blue chew and blast the Pointer Sisters to get excited. That's right. Get excited. You want that blue chew popping so you can point with your own pointer, if you know what I mean. Dre Owens says, hello, R&I. Who's the mystery team on Dynamite? Cope and Christian, Butcher and Blade, Private Party, or a new team? Interesting. Those are some interesting ones to pop into. I initially thought Cope and Christian, which would be a good way to return them. But, I love Butcher and Blade. So if you're bringing them back, I know people would be like, that's kind of underwhelming. Maybe some people would. I've always liked the Butcher. And the Blade, too. I've liked the Blade, too. But I think, Private Party, that would be a little underwhelming because I think the expectations were they're going to go to WWE and then they haven't been utilized or whatever's going on. So I don't know, maybe, but I do think it needs to be a surprise team. I don't think you can just, hey, here's Top Flight or here's Jet Speed. It's got to be a surprise of some sort. So hopefully they do that. Also, speaking of surprises, tonight, RVDTV.com and Studio1Sports.com will be simul streaming. Boom. Guess who's back? That is Bill Alfonso. Me and Fonzie will be going live tonight to talk Ric Flair versus Fujinami in the Tokyo Dome, 1991. Fonzie officiated the match, and we'll be talking about that whole event and his experience in Tokyo tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Studio One Sports and RVDTV.com. So be sure to join me and Fonzie. We should have a good time. It's been a while since Fonzie and I have done a show, so I'm looking forward to reconnecting with him tonight. Fonzie's always a great dude, so help support us both and come check it out. Henninger says it's going to be the Workhorseman. Could you imagine? Bear Mountain. Well, one of the Bear Mountains is in TNA. So I don't think they can do that one. Boss Brad thinks it will be Edge and Christian. I don't know who this Edge person is, but I know who Christian is. Wonder who Edge is. Interesting. Boss Brad says is their top tag team who are free agents. That's what I'm trying to think of. I can't really put together anybody that is a top team. Yeah, Tony has been rolling with signing talent. You do never know. I mean, like in a way, the Rascals are like a surprise opponent because we haven't seen them on Dynamite. All they've done is wrestled on Collision, right? Or did I miss? No, I don't think I did. I think one of them maybe made a debut. I can't remember. But either way, like I love Myron Reed and Desmond Xavier's awesome as well. Yeah, I liked all of the Rascals. Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel, all four of them. And Trey's back in TNA, but yeah, they are somebody that AEW really needs to tap into and run with because like some hard lessons have been learned, I think, with AEW in the tag division. Like you think of all those teams I just rattled off, like Private Party, Top Flight, Butcher and Blade. Those were cool tag teams that like were all unique in their own way and just misused. The Guns, like, come on. The Acclaimed, come on. Maybe it's the Acclaimed. Could be the Acclaimed tonight, right? I know they've been kind of, having their thing on Collision, but I mean, you could maybe do that. Dark Order, no, I hope not Dark Order. No offense to Dark Order, but just underwhelming. Patriarchy, my goodness, wow! Can you imagine? I completely forgot about Nick Wayne. How awful is that? Man, completely forgot about Nick Wayne. Jay White and Colton Gunn. Yeah, Jay White's been on the shelf for quite a while. Colton's been on the shelf too. I wouldn't mind Austin Billy. I really wouldn't. But I think they lost to Fletcher and Takeshita. Not good. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. All right, we do have a lineup tonight, that's for sure. The AEW TNT title is on the line as Ciampa challenges Fletcher, or doesn't challenge, defends his title against Kyle Fletcher. Yeah, they should have been doing. They should have had Ciampa. Like I said, they had Ciampa on Dynamite last week in a little backstage promo. That, no offense to Ciampa, but like just how the situation is and how it's set up, not that memorable, right? Like you want to. I think they should have brought him out right in front of the crowd to cut a promo of how he won the title and he's opening the challenge. Opening the challenge up to other people, continuing on what Mark Briscoe did and stuff like that, and then to promote his match that he had on Collision. Then do it that way, And from what I saw, the little highlight of the finish, it was Claudio, and then Roderick Strong. It's crazy how I still call him Cesaro. I just still in my head. But like again, also does a disservice to talent like a Claudio, just putting him on Collision in a 3-way. Not the best move. I just talking with somebody prominent today that's everybody's very familiar with via text, and how like Facebook memories popped up, photos that I took while I was at the AEW ticket announcement party. And I know I talked about this last week, but just made you think like how much optimism and potential there was back then. And now the die has kind of been cast for AEW. They are a distant second place. And I said in this text exchange how much I want AEW to be one of the top wrestling companies. Like I do, but like going through them with this past 7 years or whatever it's been, has been 7 years, is crazy. It's just so disheartening in so many ways because there was so much fun, awesome potential going in with this new promotion and the new stars that they could have built. And then so many of these stars have left, been forgotten about, gotten injured, and not utilized to their fullest potential. So, speaking of, let's look at some more talent on the card tonight. Yes, as mentioned, number one contenders match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. The Rascals, they'll be battling the Young Bucks, which is awesome already. And then you have a mystery tag team coming into play. Boy, who would be the best fit for that? Would it be Cope and Christian? Like, there's certainly contrast of style in regards to what the Rascals and the Young Bucks can do. So would that fit the puzzle piece all right? Or would you want something like, I don't know. I would, I mean, the Acclaim bring the charisma. That's the one thing. So, and if you want to kind of reestablish them in kind of an easy manner, this might be the way to do it, is to have them show up and be on the same page. And there you go. This whole split between the Acclaim really feels like the Dudley Boys splitting, like, and how ineffective that was for WWE. We have the AEW Women's World Championship match. It's a strap match. It's Chris Statlander. It's Thekla. Okay. Am I mistaken? No, I'm not mistaken. Chris Statlander just wrestled Thekla for the title. The title is on the line. I get this is a strap match. So you're going to beat Thekla again here in this? Or are you going to give the title to Thekla? I think Thekla's got to win this match, to really be honest. Especially when you think about how much that, has been invested in somebody like her, and how underutilized she's been over the course of this. So, I almost feel like Thekla's got to win this strap match. Let's see, Hydison. Oh, Tony Gong mentions nothing against Claudio, but he's not good enough personality to be a higher place than he is. Tony, I push back because I think even in the WWE days, there was a way to make him a top star. And the way to position him would be like to put him in a role akin to Gunther. At the time, I was thinking more so in the line of Lou Thez, where he's like this established wrestler, doesn't really need to talk much. Maybe you have to pair him with somebody. I really don't think they gave much of an opportunity for him being paired with Heyman to really make something of that. Like, I thought there was going to be something there that you could have done with him and Heyman at the time. But I think if AEW were to keep the focus in, they could have put him in a world title position and made it feel very, very effective, because he would have been different than everybody else that you have on, on your top dance card there. MJF personality wise is completely different than Claudio, obviously. Moxley's like a wild card. Kenny Omega, Swerve, Hangman kind of lost his way a lot, I think, and just kind of, treading water, like wasn't as effective as a champion as, when he was like just a rising baby face and drinking and doing all that kind of thing that gave him some personality. But I think Claudio could have definitely fit in that same kind of in his own right. I think it was just a matter of positioning and packaging and putting him in the right manner, because he's a super talent. He's got a great look. He's super strong. Like, I think there was a lot that WWE could have done with him, and specifically to also AEW. So I feel a little differently about Claudio. I always thought he could have been a top star and like this, like just credible, technical, strong champion, heel, and mostly, but like maybe there's some opportunity for a babyface run there too at the same time. Cammy running late after morning, guys. Good to see you, Cammy. Dre Owens says hello to Cammy as well. Yes, Dre Owens also says there's no reason for this rematch unless Thekla is winning. She's got to win, right? If you just drop her out, she's just nobody. Claudio, when team with Sheamus in the bar, was really fun, and he was showing personality. Yeah. So there was like signs that Claudio's capable of doing it. I really just think it's in the right manner of how you do it. Like the times didn't line up, but like he would have been great, early on in the Pinnacle. Like, you think when they had that, FTR, Claudio, MJF, Tully and Claudio together, I think that would have been great. And then you feud him with like who did Arn have? Well, Arn feuded with Cody. So yeah, man, Claudio and Cody back at the time, man, that'd been something. And Arn in Cody's corner, man. See, that's how great AEW was back then. So the mixture of legends mixed with modern talent. And like, it's not the heavy-handed stuff where TNA like put, AJ and Flair together and made AJ just like the carbon copy of Flair. That it was a little too much, right? And then you had like Abyss in Hogan colors, didn't really line up that well. Well, like AEW early on, they did the right kind of thing where it's like Arn was more of a coach kind of thing and had the tracksuit, and then you had Tully, like his adversary, or not his adversary, but his former partner on the heel side of things, working in the Pinnacle and stuff. And then you had Jake Roberts as like this wild kind of like, he's got somebody like a Monster Hawk, Murder Hawk monster, Lance Archer, and like there was so much potential of what could have happened and what could have been. And so anytime like I look back with this and rose-colored glasses, I think it's sobering a little bit as a wrestling fan, especially somebody like me that was there in February of 2019. Again, we are having, so it says like we only have like a few people tuning in, but I looked, I'm live on X. If somebody can do me a favor and get on X, look at Robert's account and tell me if it's airing live on there. If you see it live, if somebody in the chat can do that for me, just go on X for a second, type in WWE creative _ish and see if it's popping up for you. Because this is the second day in a row that StreamYard has done this, and I don't get what's going on, because even X notified me on my phone that I was going live on my stream or on my X account at Dominic D'Angelo. So I want to make sure that's happening with Robert here. See, it's saying live. Maybe StreamYard is just changing the numbers of how they're viewing, but I don't get it. Very strange. Somebody let me know in the chat if you're able to do that for me. But what else is on this card? Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland, a face-to-face interview. So I was kind of curious what they were going to do with Swerve last week because he did cut that promo backstage, and Renee asked him, "Hey, now that you're out of the title picture," basically, she told him, and Swerve was like, "No, I'm not," or at least, oh my God, why am I blanking? Prince Nana said, "No, he's not," and then we had Swerve and Kenny mixed up, which I think is a good feud, and gives both those guys something to do. They did show tension earlier on about this also. They're kind of making it make sense, even though it feels kind of random. But two names going at it in a big feud. See? Okay, thank you, Cammy. So we are live. We are live on Roberts. So this is strange. But then Lou says, nope, last R&I live on creative_ish was February 9th. So that is really weird. So Cammy sees it live. I see it live. Lou doesn't see it live. What is going on? What's the deal with X? This is really strange. I'll have to correspond with somebody on this. Because, yeah, we are live. And like I said on my phone, on my X account, it says we're live on my X account too. I got that notification. So I don't know what's going on. But, yeah. Interesting. Let's see. Let's check the dirt sheets real quick. That was it for Dynamite. Yeah, tonight might be a interesting one to tune into. If I wasn't going live with Fonzie, I'd probably do a live stream and do a live watch along with Dynamite tonight. But actually, I guess I could do one. Wow, yeah, I could do one. Me and Fonzie go live at 7 p.m. Pop it up right now. We go live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on on studio1sports.com and rvdtv.com. But maybe I'll go live on right after and do a live stream of Dynamite tonight if people want to join me. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, might be on the docket for me. Yeah, definitely will be on the docket for me. I'll do that tonight. Live stream, AEW, Dynamite. Watch along with me. Maybe I'll text Robert, see if he wants to join me. I'll at least make the offer to him if he wants to do a live chat along with us. Maybe we'll get some little traction going on. Little traction happening. Okay. Any other topics you guys want me to talk about? I don't really see a whole lot happening. I really don't. Like, let's see if there's something I missed. Brock Lesnar's coming back on the Atlanta Raw. So he's coming back on Raw. Wonder what it's gotta be Gunther, right? You gotta think you're gonna position Brock Lesnar in a babyface role. Like, you could make that work, right? Brock Lesnar's definitely not the masked man. That's not Robert. My phone just went off. But yeah, I don't know. I think Lesnar, Gunther, you could make it make sense. I would much prefer to have Brock Lesnar versus Dragunov. But then again, you're left with the question, where do you put Gunther at this point in time? Oh, man. Jeff Henniger throws one out here, too. That's a real interesting one. Gunther could retire Ray at WrestleMania. Man, that would be something, huh? Is Ray done? Like, the thing with Ray is, like, he can still kind of go. I mean, AJ Styles can go, too, so. But, like, man, that would be something. Gosh, would the juice be worth the squeeze to retire Ray right now? I mean, we like AJ, we've seen Ray face everybody. So I don't necessarily, is there something? I mean, I could always watch Ray wrestle though. I could watch Ray wrestle Punk. Like, that'd be fun. Has Ray wrestled Punk before? Oh yeah, they had the mask stuff way back at the Straight Edge Society, right? But I mean, like, even current day, I guess. Straight Edge Society, by the way, was awesome. What an awesome faction. What a cool side kind of quest that CM Punk went on there. Like, with the mask and with Charles Manson kind of vibe. Really, really fun, like captivating stuff, I think. Very understated run on Punk's part, I think, as the straight edge society. Trying to think who else. Is there anybody that you'd want to see Ray still face that he hasn't yet? Like, no, it's there's a lot that's already been covered, right? You could do it. I would wait on Ray though. I would. I think if you squeeze Ray in there, he almost feels like kind of like an afterthought. Ooh, there's an interesting one. Now, Oba Femi. Is it too soon for Gunther and Oba to go at it? Because you're having Oba go on the rise. You're having Gunther go on a tear in some way. Like, have they handled it the best way? No, they have not. But, like, it might be too soon for both, right? You would not want to put Oba in the position to beat Gunther because you want Gunther to still continue this career killer thing. So if you put him up against Oba, you're already shooting that shot real early. And so how about we say this? You're blowing your wad, and you can blow your wad here with a little Blue Chew. Yes, that's right. Fellas, you already know what time it is. It's time to level up, and Blue Chew has just dropped something crazy. I'm talking next level, championship belt, gold-plated energy. Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill. This is 4-in-1 beast that's setting the gold standard for performance. We're talking 2 ingredients for blood flow to keep that rocket pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin. Look, me reading this time and time again, I feel completely comfortable saying those terms now. So thank you, Blue Chew. To turn up the amount and connection in your brain and body, Blue Chew Gold dissolves under your tongue and works as little as in 15 minutes. That means you can get on quicker and stay in the game longer. Elevation without hesitation. This is peak passion and peak performance in a single tablet. That's right. So we got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code RUMOR. That's code RUMOR. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And hey, we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Not the best segue, but one that'll do, right? Oh, you're suggesting Oba and Ray. What are they positioning Oba as, though? Like, he seems more of a babyface monster that people really like. I don't know if that would be. I think you got to leave Oba in a babyface position more than anything right now. So Oba teaming with Ray against somebody, I wouldn't be against that. Man, Oba and Ray as a tag team actually would kind of be fun. That's like the Batista Ray stuff back in the day. I'd be kind of all right with that, just to, as you further introduce Oba. I think that would be something. Here's something you could do. You could tease Gunther. You could tease Gunther and Ray. You could tease Gunther and Ray and have Gunther really try to bully Ray and really want to get Ray to retire. Like, he targets him. You know what I mean? But who comes to the save but Oba Femi? I guess you're that. And then at the same, this is what you can do. Now, this is going to, I don't know if this is the best way to position Gunther, but you already got a lot of matches probably set up for WrestleMania here. And you're trying to figure out what to do with Gunther. You could probably team Gunther up with somebody. And then Oba, Femi, and Ray. I don't know. That's just right off shooting from the hip here. But, you could have a good story be told about that. Oh, my gosh. This is what you do. Get this. Would everybody like this? Would you like it if Oba Femi comes out to save Ray? And then, oh man, Robert would completely hate this. But who ultimately wants to latch on to Gunther is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho meddles in his business, maybe beats up Ray for him, and then he's trying to latch on to Gunther and being Gunther's pal. And then they tag up at WrestleMania. You have Gunther and Chris Jericho at WrestleMania going up against Oba Femi and Rey Mysterio. And then ultimately, like, it's Chris Jericho that takes the pin. And who gets ticked off but Gunther? And then Gunther turns on Chris Jericho. Boom. You got Chris Jericho and Gunther for a feud after WrestleMania that you can build for a while, and then ultimately, if you like, have Gunther retire Chris Jericho. Something to think about. Throw it out there, tossing it on. I don't know. What do people think in the chat? Let me know. I'm assuming Tom and Nick Mysterio will be the one to eventually retire Ray. Yeah, you would think, right? Might be a son match. Like, him and his boy going one-on-one, and then then that's how it ends. Yeah, I don't know. Or that would be, what a way to turn Dom babyface, is if he stands up for his dad against Gunther. Boy, goodness gracious. Maybe some options. Devin says, give me Oba and Omos as a tag team. Don't know if they'd line up as well, right? Because, I mean, you need somebody to create some movement and stuff like that. So if you get to, and I mean, Oba can move, so I guess he would be the one creating movement. But, I think two big men, I guess it could maybe work if you really wanted it to. I mean, I like Omos. It'd be nice to see him back on television. I just don't know why they aren't doing more with it. Interesting. All right. I guess that'll do it. But yes, Brock Lesnar is scheduled to appear at Atlanta Raw on February 23rd. So that's not next Monday, the Monday after. And Atlanta, State Farm Arena, WCW ground, baby. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll get something a little bit more solidified for Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania role at that point in time. Is it Gunther? Is it Oba? Is it Dragunov? I'd like to see Dragunov. Gunther and Oba would be great. I mean, Brock and Oba would be great, which feels like a big deal. And if you have Oba beat Brock, it's a pretty good thing, I think. I don't think that's too soon. I think you could create something kind of fun with that. That's almost feels like what the expectations were for Goldberg and Brock before Goldberg decided to leave, and both guys were leaving, and before WrestleMania 20. So might not be a bad move, but this wasn't a bad move. Joining all you today, we'll talk about Dynamite tomorrow, but you can catch me do a live watch along after I hang out with Fonzie on the same channel. So studio1sports.com, boom, go there, or go to rvdtv.com. You can check out me and Fonzie live as we talk Ric Flair versus Fujinami and his experience over in Tokyo in 1991. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then right after, you can join me on studio1sports.com as I do a live watch along of AEW Dynamite tonight. So we can watch it together. I might be a little late on that, so I'll tune in late, but obviously I'll be watching it live, and you guys and gals can join me if you'd like. So mark it down on your calendar for tonight or on your phone. And yes, I'll see what Robert's up to, and I'm sure we'll see him tomorrow. But best of luck in your future endeavors. And hey, get ready to get excited for a little AEW Dynamite, because we got a wild card happening. Shh.